You've probably noticed that rent prices in Canada have been dropping. Since last year, this drop has been pretty noticeable, but interestingly, both tenants and landlords are unhappy. Tenants feel like rent is still too high, and by the time they retire, they haven't built much wealth because they never owned a house. On the other hand, landlords say that the rent they are charging isn't enough to cover the high cost of owning a property. So, what's the reality? Are rents going to drop even more, or have they reached their lowest point? In this video, we'll break everything down with real numbers. Whether you are a landlord or a tenant, by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of what's actually happening. Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Before we dive into the numbers, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're renting, do you think owning a home in the long term really helps you build more wealth? And if you are a homeowner, do you feel like buying a home was the right decision for you? Statistics show that homeowners generally end up in a better financial position. But right now, with high cost and extra taxes on empty properties, even basement apartments are being rented out, and some homeowners are feeling the financial pressure. Some might even regret buying. The data we are looking at in this video comes from Live Rent, and I've linked the full article in the description if you want to check it out. If you're interested in real estate and investment related news, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you will stay up to date. First question. Will rent prices in Canada keep dropping? A lot of things affect this: immigration, interest rates, and new constructions. In 2024, the rental market in Canada changed a lot. Rent prices dropped in big cities like Vancouver and Toronto, but in some parts of Alberta, they actually went up. So, what's going to happen next year? Well, immigration, new housing developments, and interest rates will play a big role in whether rent prices going up or down. For instance, in 2024, the number of temporary immigrants coming to Canada dropped by 50% compared to 2023. In total, 319,000 people arrived as temporary immigrants, but at the same time, more people are leaving Canada than we've seen since 2017. In 2024 alone, 81,000 people left Canada, which is the highest number since 2017. This trend is happening in each province. Ontario, in particular, saw a big spike. The number of people leaving Ontario in 2024 was 66.52% higher than in 2023. Ontario had the highest number of temporary residents leaving compared any other provinces. Now let's talk about Toronto because its numbers are really interesting. Since July 2024, rent prices in Toronto started dropping right around the time when more people started leaving Ontario. In fact, in the third quarter of 2024, 9% more people left compared to the previous quarter. Year over year, rent prices for all type of homes have gone down. The biggest drop was in furnished 3-bedroom units, which got 15.8% cheaper. Landlords versus tenants, the rent profit debate. Right now, landlords and tenants have totally different perspectives on whether renting is profitable or not. Two-thirds of landlords actually don't make a profit from rent. Meanwhile, 57% of tenants believe that landlords are making a lot of money, but the reality is quite different. In fact, only 31% of landlords make a small profit, and just 2% make a significant profit. And what's next? If any of these trends, immigration, new housing developments, or interest rate changes, could have a huge impact on the housing market. As the weather gets warmer, rent prices might go up a little bit, but that's just a seasonal thing. The real changes in rent prices depend on big policy decisions. For example, if it becomes harder to immigrate to Canada, which already happened, or if more immigrants decide to leave the country, we'll likely see rent prices for furnished units dropping even more. Want more details on buying or selling real estate? Want more details on buying or selling real estate? Or if you have specific questions about buying or selling properties, book a consultation through the link in the description and we can go over everything in detail.